How come it is the camera's always pointing at him? How like he's the Hollywood star or
Camera's
something?
not pointing at me. Fool.
So, first off, before we start, is there any cursing allowed?
Hey, with you, I'd always think so.
Yeah.
Wow.
Why are you guys doing this? Like, what's you guys' goal? What's your point of trying to do this? Like, I can't even ask you a straight question.
You know this is going to turn into a comedy show,
I
right?
know, it's awesome. It's probably the funniest thing I ever filmed. But I mean, you guys are totally different personalities. So, John, Tom, you guys, I mean, you're brothers. You're on the road. What are you guys? Why are you guys doing this? Like, why did you start it?
Get away from the trap, man. There's a trap out there. You got to get away from it. Trap of always having clutter and too many things. What happened is we realized, well, he said, but I know I did. When you hold on to things all the time, which I did that a lot with a lot of things, because he'll tell you I did. But when you seen like a brother-in-law that did the same thing and then passed away, he didn't take anything with him. So what are you holding on to all that stuff for and always just sitting around doing the same thing every day, not seeing anything? Like they say, it's not just for people who retire anymore. It's just like the old days, like I told them in that one thing. In the old days, they used to do it. They used to go around in wagons. They would go from job to job to job, from state to state to state, traveling and working. Why can't we do that? Why we got to wait till we're 60? I don't want to wait till I'm just about dead or can't move.
True. I mean,
Martha, get the car, bring it around.
Well, I think that's because people realize that, you know, there's a lot of people that, and for me, that's mostly probably the thing is that you watch so many people in your life as they get older, you constantly hear this, and I know that I've heard that since we've been here.
Oh, I wish I did this, and I wish I did that.
Well, no, but people that say, you know, I'm not retired yet, or I need to finish, you know, I need to...
We're not retired, but we live a retirement life.
I gotta wait 10 more years so I'm retired and have a nice, you know, cushiony savings or whatever, and there's been too many people in my life that have passed away at young ages, and so what if that time never comes? What if you spend 15, 20 years at a job waiting to retire, and then you retire and just when, you know, you think you're going to be able to travel?
That's what I was going to say. You know, I was waiting until you were done, but...
Plus, I don't want to wait till I'm 60, 70 years old.
You know, I can't do that.
Barely able to, you know, travel. To be able to enjoy it the way I think you can when you're earlier in life, where you can really go out and enjoy it and do some hiking and stuff like that. If I'm 67 years old, I don't think I'd be able to do hiking and stuff that I want to do now.
And here's the thing, right now, we're basically living like we're retired, but working on the road. You can, these jobs you get, some of them you get 3 days off a week, or you work, you know, 4 days or 5 days a week at 8 hours and you go home, but you're only there for a short time and you're gone.
The whole point of it is to go out and travel, and the adventure of being able to see, like, you know, that's the thing, is I want to go and see a lot of places before before either I'm too old or I pass away.
When you have a house and everything like that, you have all those bills that you got to keep constant contract of, or, you know, contact, or thinking about it all the time. And the same thing with the house. Yes, it's nice if you have a house paid off and all, and then you can go out and retire and travel. But if you don't, you're stuck. You're trapped. You're doing the same thing over and over unless you get another job or a different one. This way, they're training you to do this job, and they're hiring you to do the job, and they're paying you to train you to do it. And you're learning new stuff, things you wouldn't have done before, and you're getting paid for it, and you're also seeing the beautiful country that we have in America that we have not seen. And it's ridiculous.
And getting your site paid for. You know?
Yeah. There you go. You get your hookups and everything. You basically have nothing but car insurance, phone, and food.
Yeah, if you've got your RV paid for, your car paid for, whatever, you know, you do your insurance and your food, and, you know.
I mean, of course, you can always buy something new. You can always get something new. But why if you don't need it?
Right.
Why do it if it's working for you now?
Hey, you're preaching the choir. In 1986. I mean, not specifically, but what's your hope to do? You know, in the next year.
We want to see a lot of the mountains out west and the western country. We haven't ever been there.
Yeah, I mean, obviously that's the whole point of this, is we want to go see places that, you know.
Meet friends like you.
We never
Make good lifelong friends.
I'm so sorry.
You know? Me too.
But yeah, I mean, mostly the point of this was to go see places we've never been before and go out west and
See the things you've seen on
experience
TV.
Some of those things that
You see them in person.
some people
'Cause
never get to do.
Even a picture does not do justice at
But
all.
as far as like where we're going job wise, I don't really know. Right now we really don't know. I know we have some ideas about what we talked about, like what I was telling you about, the more bang for your buck as far as like going and doing shorter periods of work so that we can spend more time traveling and enjoying the adventure.
So
Yeah,
you guys can tune in and check these guys out on their YouTube channel too, and they've got a lot of good tips and a lot of information that they'll give you, and they're just funny as hell anyway. But they're going to be a lot of exciting stuff.
Yeah, you're
coming
funny
out.
though too. We've been around you since we got here. That's
I'm only funny around you guys. Like, you guys aren't married to a Filipina. Like, as soon as you're married to my wife, you're no longer funny. Like, I'm not funny at home at all. But yeah, these guys will have a lot of information for you guys, and I think they're just a lot of fun. They're a lot of fun to be around. So, give me kind of a summation of what you guys think. Like, what's the creed that you're living by out here? What's you guys' motto?
Right on.
No.
Well, we only have to do this job for so long, and right on.
Right on. But
That's my signature.
You didn't know that was the answer.
I knew that.
Yeah.
That's the reason I had to
You were
leave that.
fishing, for that.
That's the segue.
I came up with that. No one else did. I have not heard it from nobody.
We can't use ride on.
But yeah.
So
Patent pending.
Little does everybody know, I used to be very, very shy. Never say nothing. Now I say everything. I say what's ever on my mind anymore.
Yeah.
you really
Not
do.
so much.
I do. I got my $50 Visa card, didn't I?
The only filter you got is on that cigarette.
Delete.
Yes, well, it's been a pleasure meeting you.
Yeah,
that's
it's
for sure. And I think
You're one of those
definitely
people
made
that's
our
special.
time.
It's very, very hard to find too.
Yeah, you made our time go by quickly, and I know
Yeah.
for me and you, for some reason, we just clicked right away.
Yeah.
And so it was great. I mean, I feel really privileged that we've met you as well.
Do you
And
want
then
to know
I
what I?
finally got used to Tom.
Yeah, you finally got used to me. I told Johnny, I said, I don't think Charlie likes me that much. He thinks I'm putting him down when I'm not. I'm just joking with him.
Oh no,
But
I don't.
You know, when I
never
first
think
met
that.
you, when we were at the meeting,
Yeah.
you know the first thing I actually thought?
No.
This goofy bitch. he's smoking e-cigarette like we used to.
And then you got to know me, and you're like, wow, he really is a goofy
Yeah.
bitch.
No, I thought you were cool.
No, but it's
You were
really,
funny.
it is really amazing, like that we met you, because I mean, me and Tommy do talk about that a lot, about how amazing it is that we met you, because
Right, it
we-
made time
we
go
both
by
really like you.
faster and stuff.
And not just you, but there's been a couple other
Right.
key
Oh, yeah.
individuals that we've met in this short period of time. It's just
all
really
different
amazing.
types of people.
And I think that's part of also the journey is that you're meeting these new people and you're making hopefully lifelong friends that you're going to stay in touch with for a long
Yeah,
time.
and you might see them you may not see them on the next job or whatever, but you might see
Yeah, it
them
might be
throughout the
6
year
months or-
sometime, and they'll be like, "Hey, how are you?" Like,
And
"Why are you here?" I just wanted to do it, Tom and John.
that's
We're still working on our page and we're still working on.
We want to
putting
try to
together-
make it better than what a lot of other people do, even though it's going to be a lot of homemade stuff.
Well, I wouldn't say better than
I want it to
other people are
be-
doing, but we want to try and make it.
Right.
I don't know so much that we're more entertaining. I think is what
Right.
we're going to be more about entertaining people.
Because you know me,
Giving them some information along the way, sharing some information that people might be interested in looking at.
how to make a fire.
Yeah,
How to make
exactly. But
A way to make a
I think
proper fire.
You're going to find more entertainment on our page than you'll find on some others. I think we're going to do a blog and
tune in to Charlie's because you never know when we show up. Same with Johnny, with his seriousness.
True.
What?
So John's the serious one.
When did you figure
You guys
that
are
out?
in.
I'm only serious
John's
when.
the serious one.
Listen,
You guys
I'm
are in
only
deep
serious
shit.
when I
Yeah,
need to
exactly.
be because you know I think that people that are too serious and don't joke and have fun die too quick. You gotta have fun. You gotta joke
That's
around
a
and
little
play
heavy
around.
for you.
It is.
Okay. On that note,
On that note, right on.
Yeah. Ain't
no.
heavy.
All right. I appreciate it, guys.
Hey, we were looking forward to it.
If you guys can say something to the people that are watching that are thinking about doing what we do, what would you say?
You
to
just
them?
got to step out because I was scared to do it,
Yeah.
especially with my kids, you know.
Yeah.
So,
Don't let fear get in the way.
yeah.
I think
the hardest part is just get out and do it. Once you get here and you're doing it for a week or so, you're like, I'm glad I did it.
It's funny because it's one thing that always sticks with me with being a realtor and everything is that I constantly hear that paralysis by analysis. And
Yeah.
I think a lot of times people get that paralysis
Right.
by
They
analysis.
overthink it too much.
They
I think.
overthink it. They
Just like we were doing.
they look for information, constantly thinking someday. And I think why not?
We had a family member, and I won't say who it is, that said the same thing because they basically were like, well, what are you guys going to do for money and living and stuff? What they didn't get is what they were seeing their situation where they have a house and they have all these other bills they got to pay. When you're gone and you don't have any of that and you left most of it and you only have what you have in that. That's it.
Yeah.
And
Now,
and,
let's clarify that because we're not talking about just dropping all your bills. We're talking about
Right.
if you
No.
haven't
I'm
even
saying
get rid of most of the bills that you have.
right, which
Yeah.
is basically cable, electric,
Right,
phone.
and
Well, you're going to have yourself.
If you can free yourself from the confines of all those bills
right.
and everything.
If you own a house, sell it, go on the road.
And then living this lifestyle,
and
you
then get
can.
rid of the stuff that you don't need. And
Yeah.
you'll find that you don't need very much, especially when you're on the road.
And most of the jobs that you get, they most of not all, pay for your site. So you base your electric, your cable, not always, and your Wi-Fi, not always, but your at least your hookup, sewer, and everything. You have no rent or nothing. Basically, all you have is gas. You have your car insurance and your phone and your food. That's basically it. And you don't have all that. You have to worry about at home, a home base, unless you want to. If you have a house paid off and all, great. But if you sell it, you can put that money in the bank, and everything you go to, these jobs, you
Yeah.
bank everything other than what you want to buy.
And then that way you guys can do.
And you
your
know that you only have a
traveling.
limited
Right.
amount of space, so you can only buy so much.
Well, see, with me, I got to make sure that I have the kids' health insurance and
Right.
things like that.
Right.
It
Exactly.
makes it a little harder, with the.
Well, I forgot about health insurance because,
Yeah.
but
we all kind of need
we
that.
basically,
Especially after 40.
Yeah, exactly.
before. Good thing I'm 38.
Yeah.
All right.
But I
well,
think it's a great thing to do. I think it's something. I was a little scared when he wanted to do it. I thought it was going to be, and I was worried because of my kids and all. But that was the main thing that bothered me was the kids. But they actually were all for it. And I was surprised. So
and I
that
think it's
was
gonna be
good.
fun for them,
Yeah,
like when you're
because
out
the
somewhere.
summertimes they'll be coming to me,
Yeah.
and they'll see stuff that they never seen before, stuff that I never seen when I was a kid. And
You always do.
I just think it was just
You know,
getting out
and
there.
I think it is fearful. Like even like right now, we don't know where we're going from here.
Right.
Um,
You always got to make sure you have
We're
enough
trying
at
to
least
put together a
pay.
plan, but right now we don't know where we're going, and that's a little scary. But there's a will, there's a way.
Right.
And if worse comes to worse, there's always day labor.
That's
right.
If
Yeah.
I need a job and I need to pay to get to the next location, I can always go.
But you can't blow all the money you make in
I
the
can
place you're
stop
at.
in
You
one
have to have
town.
gas to get to the next place and stuff.
That's the great thing about having your home with you.
Raquel, he's talking to me.
Yeah.
That's what Raquel's like. Yeah, we can't go through all this money that we
Well,
just
you
made.
got to plan ahead. You got to figure that if you stay at a spot and how much it's going to cost you a month for 3 months, is at least keep that much in your bank account. 3
Yeah.
months.
3 months
And
is
don't
like
touch
12
it because you may
$1,200
need it.
at
You never know if
at
it's going to
some parks,
happen.
It's like $1,200.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's a month's house pay.
Yeah, like
for
this
some
place here is $18 a night.
people. Yeah.
$18.
Well, but they have monthly rates too.
Right, and they have monthly rates. But I'm just saying, if you did it by that, it'd be $180. For 10 days? So 20 days would be $360.
We don't
Be-
need your math analogy.
Yeah, it'd be about $480
Yeah.
for the month. That's less than most places you live at.
That's
period.
true. Yeah.
And you have all your electric cable and everything.
That's
paid
right. You're
for.
not paying utilities.
So you still need to make sure you have around 1,000 to 1,500 in case 3 months you're waiting on a job to
Yeah.
come up. But there's always jobs out there.
God,
So-
he just doesn't shut up. on and on. I'm sorry, I can't handle it any longer.
No way.
Okay. On that note,
Oh my
On
word.
that note, right on.
thanks for
Right out.
tuning in. Make sure you guys check out their channel. I'll link it below. Go ahead and go over and give them a shout out. Leave some comments on their videos. These guys are awesome. All right. Thanks.